Take It Back movement writes Inspector General Oct.1 demands police protection in 11 states and Abuja. House of Representatives invites EFCC Chairman Very Darkman and Bobrisky over bribery allegation. Late arrival of officials and materials mars the local government elections in Anambra State. And on the international scene, 10 dead, 18 missing in Nepal floods landslide. Hello, welcome to News Update on Trust TV. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thank you for joining us, and now the details. Pro-democracy group, the Take It Back movement, has formally written to the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Oct.1, regarding the planned #Fearless in October protest slated for October 1st. The protest, organized to start on Nigeria's Independence Day, aims to demand an end to bad governance and advocate for accountability from those in power. In the letter, their counsel and human rights lawyer Inibehe Effiong highlighted the protest intention to address the present socio-economic challenges facing the country. He noted that the #Fearless in October protest serves as a call to action for citizens to voice their concerns and hold leaders accountable for the deteriorating state of the nation. Effiong reaffirmed the commitment of the Take It Back movement to peacefully advocacy while urging the police to ensure the safety and protection of all citizens participating in this demonstration. He said the protest is intended to serve as a call to action against the current socio-economic challenges in Nigeria. According to him, the states that will be taking part in the protest to include Lagos, Ogun, Osun, Ondo, Delta, and Gombe. Other states are Kwara, Adamawa, Rivers, Yobe, Borno, and the FCT. Earlier, organizers of the #EndBadGovernance campaign have declared October 1st, 2024 a National Day of Survival to protest the incessant economic hardship faced by Nigerians. Addressing newsmen in Lagos at the International Press Conference and the Center, one of the organizers and national coordinator of the Education Rights Campaign, Hassan Soweto, urged Nigerians to participate in the nationwide peaceful protest. In Lagos, the protest is scheduled to commence at Ikeja under the bridge at 7:30 a.m. They stated that the protest would address the hike in fuel prices, rising food costs, and the impact of inflation on the livelihoods of ordinary Nigerians. Other civil organizations involved include the Movement for Fundamental Change, Youth Rights Campaign, Joint Action Front, and Pan-Africa Consciousness Renaissance.
We of the Edban Governance Movement have decided to declare October 1st, 2024 as a National Day of Survival. On this day, we call on the Nigerian people, workers, students, youth, the unemployed, traders, and the poor to come out in peaceful protests and demonstrations against the excruciating condition of hardship, poverty, and hunger imposed on us by President Tinubu's decision.
I heard the Vice President at the United Nations Assembly saying, when democracy fails, the people will react, the people will complain, the people will protest. So if our Vice President can go to the United Nations to say that, why should protesters be hoodwinked into prison?
Meanwhile, the federal government on Friday rearranged 10 persons arrested in connection with the #EndBadGovernance protest organized between August 1st and August 10th on alleged treasonable felony charges. The government, through the Inspector General of Police, rearranged them on an 8-count amended charge following an application by the Prosecution Counsel, Simon Long, SAN, before Justice Emeka Wete of a Federal High Court in Abuja. The 10 protesters were arrested in Abuja, Kaduna, Kano, Katsina, Sokoto, and Gombe during the 10-day protest, which resulted in violence and killings in parts of the country. They were first arraigned on September 2nd before Justice Wite on a 6-count charge and granted 10 million naira bail each on September 11th, with one surety in like sum. Upon the resumed hearing on Friday, Lau, in his application, sought to substitute the earlier charges with the amended ones, which included Daniel Akande as the 11th defendant. Akande, a member of the Solidarity Network for Workers' Rights, was arrested on September 1st in Abuja during a church service. The matter was adjourned until October 4th for a ruling on the bail variation for the 3rd, 4th, and 10th defendants, and fixed November 11th for the trial. The federal government has declared Tuesday, 1st of October 2024, as a public holiday to commemorate the nation's 64th Independence Day anniversary. The Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, who made the declaration on behalf of the federal government, congratulated Nigerians at home and abroad on the occasion. A statement by the Permanent Secretary, Magdalene Ajani, on Friday said the minister praised the patient and hard-working Nigerian men and women, assuring that their sacrifices will not be in vain. Aligning himself with the theme of the anniversary, the minister reiterated the need for Nigerians to reflect on the labor of our heroes past and be inspired for the tasks ahead, realizing that in Nigeria our dream can only be built when all Nigerians unite. While wishing Nigerians a happy Independence Day anniversary, Tunji-Ojo urged the citizens to continue to be steadfast in nation building. Now, following the House of Representatives' resolution to investigate allegations of bribery against the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the EFCC, the Joint Committees of the House has extended an invitation to the chairman of the commission, Ola Olukoyede. In a letter dated 27th of September 2024, the committee asked the EFCC chairman and the Controller General of the Nigeria Correctional Service to appear on Monday, September 30th, with all officers involved in the allegation. The allegation of bribery against the Anti-Graft Agency and the Nigerian Correctional Service followed a trending social media voice conversation involving one Idris Okuneye, a cross-dresser sentenced earlier this year to 6 months in prison for abuse of the naira. The trending voice conversation suggested that Idris, popularly known as Bobrisky, paid 15 million naira to EFCC to drop charges of money laundering initially made against him, and that he spent time in a VIP facility instead of prison. The House Committee is also inviting Bobrisky and a social media influencer, Martins Ote, known as Very Dark Man, on social media, who released the voice recording. Meanwhile, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the EFCC, has arrested a former governor of Taraba State, Darius Ishaku, over allegation of fraud totaling to 27 billion naira. Ishaku was reportedly picked up at his Abuja residence in the early hours of Friday. Daily Trust is reporting that at least 15-count charges have been filed against Ishaku, adding that he would be arraigned in court soon as evidence against him has been compiled. The spokesman of the EFCC, Dele Oyewole, confirmed the development but declined further comments. Ishaku's arrest is coming on the heels of an ongoing face-off between the commission and the former governor of Kogi State, Yahya Bello, who was alleged to have stolen 80.2 billion naira. The sixth prosecution witness in the trial of the former governor of Benue State, Gabriel Suswam, Abubakar Umar, has narrated before the Federal High Court, Maitama, Abuja, presided over by Justice Peter Lifu, how in 2014 he converted the sum of 3.1 billion naira wired to him by Suswam as governor and delivered its equivalent of $15.8 million in cash to him at his Maitama, Abuja residence. The Head, Media and Publicity of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Dele Oyewole, disclosed this on Saturday. Suswan, alongside his then Commissioner of Finance, Omodachi Okolobia, is facing an 11-count amended charges bordering on money laundering to the tune of 3.1 billion naira, being part of the proceeds from the sales of the state government's shares held on its behalf by the Benue Investment and Property Company Limited and sold through Elixir Securities Limited and Elixir Investment Partners Limited. During the court proceedings, the witness, a Bureau de Change operator and CEO of Fanfash Resources, who has been testifying on the matter since 2018, first before Justice A.R. Muhammad and later Justice Okon Abang, disclosed that the total sum of 3.1 billion naira was transferred to him by Suswam through a proxy in tranches, with the first tranche of 413 million naira hitting his account on August 8th of 2014, and the remaining coming in subsequently to sum up to 3.1 billion naira. Omar, while being held in evidence by prosecution counsel Rotimi Jacobs, SAN, affirmed that the proxy who did the naira transfers to him was a woman. According to the witness, he had to change a total sum of 3.1 billion naira to dollars, which he said amounted to $15.8 million at the rate of 197 naira to a dollar, and delivered it to Suswam in his Maitama, Abuja residence. Justice Lefu adjourned the matter till October 4th of 2024 for continuation of the trial. The University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital is facing a hard time rendering health service delivery to residents of Maiduguri and neighboring countries. This is as a result of the flood disaster that damaged modern equipment at the hospital. Trust TV's Beatrice Kurutsi has more.
The University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital was one of the major infrastructure affected by the recent floods in Borno State capital, with most departments like the Cancer Center, Kidney Center and Trauma Center and other important sections completely destroyed. The management and visiting CMDs said the properties worth billions of dollars were damaged by the flood waters. This has denied health service delivery to millions of residents and neighboring countries of Chad, Cameroon, and Niger.
In terms of specialized laboratories like molecular, polio, they all affected the cancer center, radiology department, all the equipments. But at this stage, some of them that are small, not much technicalities, we can start using them. But the sophisticated equipments, we have to call on the manufacturers to come and assess them, and they will let us know exactly the level of involvement.
So we do hope that as soon as the companies that manufacture these machines come here, maybe in the next couple of days, we should be able to know to what level this damage has gone. But really, with our own layman eyes of machines, we are doctors, but we are not engineers or technicians. But we could see that there's a potential that a lot of this have been damaged. But then we will wait the comments and reports of the companies that are the experts that made it.
At the moment, the hospital is providing skeletal services pending when it recovers from the effect of the disaster. Beatrice Kuruti, Trust TV News, Maiduguri.
The Shehu of Dikwa has urged the federal government to establish dams in Dikwa and Mafa local government area to mitigate a future flood disaster in the state. The recent flood disaster cut off 4 local governments of Gambaru, Mafa, Marte and Dikwa. He said 9 wards in Dikwa were affected, with farmlands, infrastructures, hospitals and houses destroyed, disrupting commercial activities connecting the state with neighboring countries. The Shehu of Dikwa, Umar Ibrahim, while appreciating the federal government and the state government, including stakeholders for humanitarian support, appealed for the construction of dams in Mafa and Dikwa to contribute to irrigation, fishing and agricultural activities.
the disaster has cut our road that is from Ajiri to Dikwa. And in this regard, I am urging the federal government to at least construct a art dam for us between Mafa local government and Dikwa. I think by doing that, it will going to mitigate the gravity and volume of the water. And by getting the art dam, our people will going to use for their irrigational activities, that is dry season farming, and also the water will be good for both human and animal.
Now moving on to more stories. The residents of Anambra State on Saturday expressed disappointment with the State Independent Electoral Commission, the ANSEC, as officials of the electoral body failed to arrive on time at polling units across the state for the local government elections. Despite ANSEC's announcement that voting would commence at 8 a.m. and conclude at 4 p.m., officials had not arrived at most polling units by 8:50 a.m. In Oka, checks revealed that some polling units showed no signs of impending elections. At Ukwoji Government House, the police officers were present, but ANSEC ad hoc staff had not arrived by 9 a.m. Affected polling units include Aroma Ward 3, Odoagba Ward 1, and the Unizik Junction polling unit. In Iyowa Odepe Ogbaru local government area, no ANSEC ad hoc staff, security personnel, or electoral materials had arrived at 9 a.m.
As you can see that we are having slow progress here. This is the local government ANSEC office. As you can see, the materials has been distributed across the 19 wards in the local government to tell you that there is efficiency of good conduct going on and across the world. And you can see that we have security personnel around the whole 19 wards. We have personnel that are working. We have everything that it requires for this election. And for what we are seeing on ground, there is a free and fair that's going to come out.
This time around, the local government election, the local government is going to be autonomous. And I know that people must feel the impact of this autonomy, because this time around, the grassroots, people at the grassroots will have the opportunity to assess the government at the local level.
Hundreds of residents in Bichi local government area of Kano State on Saturday came out to receive the national chairman of the All Progressive Congress, the APC, Abdullahi Umar Ganduje. Ganduje was in Bichi to sympathize with the victims and families of the 5 police officers who were recently involved in an accident on their way back to the state from Edo State. The police officers were those who went to attend the Edo governorship election held last week. According to the police relations officer of the Kano command, the incident, which involved a Hummer bus and a trailer, occurred along the Zaria-Kano road at Karifi village by the trailer park. He added that preliminary investigations by the FRSC have revealed that the crash was caused by excessive speeding, which led the driver of the Hummer bus to lose control and collide with a parked trailer. Boarding schools have been a cornerstone of education for decades, where parents enroll their children to acquire quality education. However, in recent times, the popularity of boarding schools is winding down as parents increasingly opt for day schools due to various factors. Now, despite this trend, many still view boarding schools as institutions that shape students' character, molding them into better individuals for the future. Trust TV's Bella Musa tells us more.
Despite the quality of education being provided by the boarding school, its popularity is declining. However, many see boarding school as the best system of education that will help the country to produce good students.
The advantage of boarding school over day school is very enormous. As a beneficiary who went to a boarding school both here in Kaduna and Kogi State, and also participated in the so-called day school, I think I'm in the best place to pass a judgment. In boarding schools, teenage, that is from 13 years old to 19, they built up with their peers groups, and they were able to get a mindset of their own. They developed into a kind of a society. The society we have yesteryears, good, discipline, moral, are all product of boarding schools.
Now, you can see nowadays, if you are a day student, you don't have time for anything. The moment you come from school, you see them, they throw their bags on anywhere and they go away. But in boarding school, everything is scheduled accordingly.
Besides stiff competition by the private school, educationist highlights other factors that has made day school more popular nowadays.
If we have to look at it from the insecurity aspect, especially from the northern part of the country, a lot of parents have been discouraged looking at it from the insecurity angle, where they are no longer comfortable having their wards or their children in boarding school. You know, taking Kaduna State as a case study, a lot of things has happened. A lot of things have happened in the past where you discover that bandits will go to boarding school maybe at the middle of the night to go and kidnap number of students.
I believe that most of the problems that we have in society today are traced back that these mistakes that the government makes by allowing the boarding school to phase out to day schools. In other countries, boarding school is, there is no alternative to boarding school. But today, the day schools, where children will even tell their parents, I'm going to school, they are somewhere with their groups, they are somewhere with the ladies are somewhere with their boyfriends, the men are somewhere learning Yahoo. Of recent, I saw young men who are supposed to be in the school, they say they are in Yahoo training school.
The residents are appealing to government to improve the two-school system in order to accelerate more development in the education sector in the country. Bello Musa, Trust TV News Kaduna.
In business, investors at the Nigerian Stock Exchange recorded a 37 billion naira loss in the domestic equity market, driven by sell-offs in Tier 1 banking stocks on Friday. This comes as market capitalization at the NGX opened at 56.615 trillion naira, shared 37 billion naira or 0.7% to close at 56.578 trillion naira. Also, the all-share index dropped by 0.7% or 65 points, ending the day at 98,458.68 points, down from 98,523.56 points. Now, on the international scene, floods and landslide caused by heavy downpours in Nepal killed at least 10 people across the Himalayan country, with rescue teams searching for about 18 missing, a disaster official said on Saturday. Parts of Nepal have been inundated with rainfall since Friday, prompting disaster authorities to warn of flash floods in multiple rivers. Rivers in the capital, Kathmandu, swelled, inundating houses and cars close to their banks. More than 3,000 security personnel were deployed to assist rescue efforts with helicopters and motorboats. Landslides have blocked several highways, leaving hundreds of travelers stranded. All domestic flights out of Kathmandu were cancelled from Friday evening, affecting more than 150 departures. And in sports, the Nigerian Army has emerged the winners of the 2024 Armed Forces Games held at the Ahmadu Bello Stadium in Kaduna State. The Nigerian Army won 264 medals consisting of 172 gold, 60 silver and 32 bronze. Nigeria Air Force placed second with a total of 129 medals made up of 33 gold, 103 silver and 187 bronze, while Nigerian Navy finished third place with 18 gold, 43 silver and 129 bronze. The acting director of physical training Nigerian Army, Brigadier General Abdurrahim Abdulrahim Bello has dedicated the success recorded at the Armed Forces Games to the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taurid Lagbaja, for his contributions and support to sports. Also, Brigadier General Bello revealed that Nigerian Army personnel have also dominated the national teams of the various sporting federations, adding that the results are testament to the support of the Army. Brigadier General Bello charged the personnel to be good ambassadors of the Nigerian Army and ensure they continue to excel in their various sports. And with that, we wrap up News Update on Trust TV. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms and join our YouTube live stream for more news programs and documentaries. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thanks for watching.